Well, guys, it's June 11th, 2023, and I bought a farm. So pretty excited about it. A little nervous, but really excited about it. I'm sure Jimmy, my brother Jeremy, and Justin were all pretty shocked when I pulled the trigger on this piece. Now, this isn't a large piece, it's relatively small, and I like to say it's simple or straightforward. The game plan with this piece is put as much food as we can get on here and just try to make it the best destination spot in the area. So we closed late in May and we were already behind the 8 ball. This ground hadn't been worked in probably over 10 years, so we had a lot of trees, overgrown trees, a lot of weeds, a lot of grass. Right after closing, we came in here and we cut out the trees, we mowed the grass, and then we sprayed. And now I got Justin here helping me. Can't thank him enough for this. And we're trying to drill in some beans. Now, it's not ideal seed bed right now. There's a tremendous amount of thatch, and the field's very lumpy and uneven because again it hasn't been worked. But we're just going to overseed this heavily and hope for the best. We're getting some seed in the ground, some's up on top, but you know, we're just kind of run out of time here for planting soybeans, so we're just going to try to make it work. The good thing is, if this fails, which you know I'm optimistic it's not going to, that we'll have some nice beans here. I'm also realistic, not going to be expecting a waist high or chest high beautiful green soybean field. So if it ends up failing or struggling, whatever, how it pans out, we'll still be able to salvage it. We'll come in here later in the summer, early fall, and we'll work the ground, and then we'll put in turnips, radishes, just a lot of the fall plot blend stuff. So optimistic, like I said. You have that anticipation, new farm, don't really know what's on here. So pretty excited to get the cameras out here later this summer and just kind of see what's in the neighborhood. But I'm gonna see if Justin needs help here. So far, fingers crossed, everything's going good, and just gonna try to stay positive and hopeful that we're getting a good amount of seed in here, and we'll at least have some beans here, for deer to eat on for late season. Like I said, we'll come in and put green on the back end if we have to. So again, excited, looking forward to seeing what this farm can produce. Well, we're kind of getting to the end here. Again, like I said, I think we're putting about 5 acres of beans in here. Again, I know it's extremely high seed rate, but we're just not getting all the seed perfectly planted in the rows at the right depth. Again, we're getting a lot on top, some are getting in the rows, so we're just overseeding to try to compensate for that. As you can see, we are getting some seed in the ground here. There's a bean right there. There's another one right next to it. So it's getting in there. Like I said, it's just not perfect, but again, it is what it is. I'm confident there'll be some beans here, but again, if not, we'll come in and plant some greens for the fall. Looks like Justin's wrapping it up here, and again, looking forward to see how this farm builds over the next couple years, and optimistic. Well, it's June 24th, Saturday, and my brother and I just got done hanging an entrance gate to my farm, and we're coming up on top here to check the bean plot. It's been about 2 weeks since Justin came in here and planted beans for me, and we're trying to see what kind of germination we have, if any. And as we're kind of spot checking this field, we are getting some germination coming up, which I'm very thankful for, but there's also vast areas where we have nothing coming up. But that's to be expected. We haven't had rain. I couldn't tell you the last time we had a good soaker rain. Feels like months, and I'm sure everybody in deer country has the same problem. But if you're the fortunate few that have been getting rain, count your blessings, because I don't know what I would do to have to sell or do to get some rain here. One, for the plots so we can get these going, and 2, for the deer. With it being such a drought, the concern is going to be EHD. With the creeks drying up, the ponds drying up, that just creates a very good opportunity for midge to explode and start causing havoc on deer populations. So fingers crossed we get a bunch of rain. We're supposed to get a big storm tonight here later this evening, so hopefully it rains, but every time it feels like it does that, it just disintegrates where you want it to go, and we don't get any rain. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on this. I'll come back here probably in a few more weeks and spray. That's been one good thing about being so dry. I mean, the weeds aren't growing, so I'm not out of control with the weeds yet, which is awesome. But if, like I said earlier, if everything else fails and this just doesn't grow, we're just going to turn it into a big fall plot, and hopefully we get rain in the fall. But hopefully it's raining where you guys are at and your plots are looking good. But if you guys are able to maybe supplement some water sources, if that's legal in your area, that's something to think about, just to give these deer some more water, maybe keep them out of the mud and keep them out of the spots where the midges live. That's an option for you too. It's a lot more labor intensive, but it is an option. I'm not doing that here. I'm just going all natural for this farm this year. But we'll come back here in a few weeks, keep an eye on it, spray, and hopefully everything else keeps growing. So stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on this farm as we progress through the season here.